as a Green Party member, I have an excitement when I watch a debate like this, because I start to think, wow, maybe finally people can say enough, as you alluded to earlier, David, that people can say maybe a third party candidate makes sense, because these two sound the same and they don't sound good. Is there any chance that this debate moves us into a direction of either a significant third party surge? I'm talking about Robert Kennedy. He wouldn't be my choice for all the reasons. I think he's terrible, but Robert Kennedy or Joe Stein or Cornel West or Claudia de la Cruz. Like, is there a chance that we could see a surge in them? Or B, or two, I can't remember which one I said. Does the Democratic Party say we can't win with Biden? It's time to have an open convention. It's time to get somebody else in here. It's time for Biden to fake an injury. Do the basketball coach when they get fired. I want to spend more time with my family thing. And get somebody else in there, because this looks like a moment where somebody outside of these two candidates is going to benefit, and their campaign is going to benefit, whether it's a Gavin Newsom or whether it's a Jill Stein. Somebody, from my perspective, could easily gain something from this politically. What do y'all think? Rebecca, I'll start with you.
I'll say, they'll gain something about people, because this is going to force people to go and search for who else is out there, right? I think they're going to go ahead. This will definitely amplify that for a Gavin Newsom or a Cornel West. This will have people go and try to figure out who's running, who was running, what does this look like for me, who else is out there. But what we have before us is basically where we are at with it. I wish it could work where it would boost somebody else up or another candidate that may be good. But I don't see that actually happening, but it may benefit some for one of these candidates, for people to get to know them better, to see what their policies are, boost up their political celebrity, them as a public figure, or, and figure out who they are and all those things, do their research on that. But right now we have Donald Trump and we have Joe Biden. We're cutting close to that end time. So I don't know how much it can benefit them, except for people getting to know who these people are locally. Maybe some of the people that are in the states for these other people can possibly follow them, their administrations, and look at things more at a local level, which is great. But I think for right now, a national level, this is what we got, and this is what we got.
So you don't see, and then I'm gonna move to you, David. But first, Rebecca, you don't see any chance of Democratic Party at least saying, take third party off the table for a minute. You don't see them saying, you know what, Biden looked really bad. I think we might need to bring in, it might be time for Kamala to step up, or it might be time for Gavin Newsom to step up. You don't see that happening?
No, I actually don't, to be honest, with all the work that they've been putting in with trying to push, a second term for Joe Biden. And they believe, I wouldn't say they actually believe. I know that, honestly, on a human level, I know that the conversations that we're having right now, they've had. But I don't think that would be a conversation. They're going to continue to push Joe Biden, and that's just what it is.
Mm. David, what do you say?
I need a name that in this moment I'm like processing emotions around the trauma of having lived through a Donald Trump administration, being proximate even in this moment to the site of an almost completely successful insurrection. And the reality that if afforded the opportunity to do all of the things that he said he will do, we might not have opportunities to talk about democratic processes and things like debates or transitions of power in perpetuity. And I know that often like that comes up and it feels like hyperbole. And my body is processing that as a reality. Semicolon. the rational part of my brain to engage in this exercise wants to, I'm thinking about Freeman Hrabowski, our mentor, president of UMBC. We shouldn't be beholden by the tyranny of either or, but be liberated by the beauty of both and. I think everything that Rebecca said is true. And I hope that for those of us who are Black people who want all of us to get free, people who understand democracy has to be defended with each generation, or just want to continue to enjoy the privileges that many people take for granted, understand that we are required to vote and. You can fill in the list of what and looks like, engage in third-party politics, finding ways to adjust the system, and we still got to vote. And in this moment, I think, while a lot of things don't excite me connected to where we are, I do get excited thinking about the Democratic Party stepping back and offering a vision for our future that is radically different than the space that we've been in or what was described tonight. I think that too often we worry about how many people we might lose if we do something radical or bold without running the numbers and appreciating that based on sheer mathematical permutations, in most places, we should be winning races and could pick up a whole lot of support. Is that likely to happen when there are a whole lot of old white men who think that what they know and what they feel matters most? I don't know. And Barack Hussein Obama was elected president.